that was a cool catch. Trail Fanning Adventures, Missouri Valley on the Blair UP's Bow Valley Council Bluffs sub. Right now this train is heading south to Council Bluffs. Had 2 CN engines pulling it. Cool way to start out, Conrail bottom, another Conrail bottom. Great way to start off the night with a little foreign power going by. Again, this particular track is a single track main from Bow Valley to Council Bluffs. Originally CNW, Chicago Northwestern, now UP. Just made it. Literally, I came across the tracks going the opposite way, and the gates dropped behind me, and I spun around to get this video. And I'm glad I did, catching those 2 CN units pulling this train south to Council Bluffs. Pretty sure we're going to catch a train that's coming north out of Council Bluffs, and that's why this one's slowing down. They're going to hold here and let a train get around them. Oh, a CNW on the old CNW. Another one. And a third. another C&W. So we had Conrail and C&W for all you fallen flag guys that like that stuff. I do. I like seeing the old railroads on here. That's another on ATW. Another old C&W right here. Started the night in Council Bluffs. It's called the Canadian Pacific on the train getting shoved into the UP yard, and then I get out here to Mo Valley and catch 2 CN units bringing the manifest to the Council Bluffs yard. So pretty good start to a small rail fanning adventure tonight. Again, my name is Rich Bernard, and I am the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures here in Missouri Valley on the south side of the Y on the Mo Valley Council Bluffs sub. I believe the end of our train is approaching. No rear DPU, just a covered hopper. Alright, Rail Fanning Adventures, Mo Valley. Alright, dropping cars off here in on the Sioux City sub. What made me stop and follow this guy is the tremendous amount of power on the front end. Just dropped the train off, and I believe he's going to pick up the intermodal on the north side of town, but we're going to follow him and find out. Rail Fanning Adventures, Fremont, Nebraska. It is the 18th of August. Alright, August 18th, 2023. CP Hall on the east side of Hobson Yard in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I believe this is a unit train of grain coming in, heading west right now. I believe this is the one I passed coming here. I was stopped, waiting for traffic to pass it. A loaded covered hopper heading west in the Hobson Yard here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail Fanning Adventures, Rail Fanning for those who can't, changing the world one smile at a time. It's me, Rich Bernard, the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. 02:48 in the morning on the 18th of August. Again, I'm at CP Hall. Sitting on the western side of the Y, which is where the Creston sub and the St. Joe sub come together. Wonder if we're gonna get lucky and see one of the BNSF heritage hoppers that they have. There's a rear DPU on this. This train was in the center track, waiting to come in the yard, waiting for some eastbound traffic and southbound traffic to clear. I passed it on the way in, but it was a little too dark to get any pictures or see what was on it, so let's try this. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Oh, shit. Alright, part 2. I accidentally dropped the phone. This is that westbound unit train of some kind of seed of some sort coming into Hobson Yard off the Creston sub. It is August 18th, 2023, 0251. It should be a 2x1 train. I'm hoping that maybe one of the heritage cars is in the mix here. BNSF has a couple of covered hoppered heritage cars with like Burlington Northern, CBQ, Great Northern, Santa Fe, and all their railroads that make up the history of BNSF. Maybe we'll get lucky and see one, maybe we won't. Again, my name is Rich Bernard and I'm the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. Hey, give this video a like and definitely subscribe to the channel. And you can also find us on Facebook, Rail Fanning Adventures, ! Something different I do, I tend to record the entire train. I have a lot of members that cannot go out and rail fan, and they've asked me over the years to record the entirety of the train for them, and then this way they can model it and stuff like that with either an H, O, N, or O, or even G scale. So I do record the entire train. I take pictures of the power and fallen flag cars and anything interesting, but the videos are for them. So again, there is a rear DPU on this somewhere. These are loaded, and I can't see the tops to tell you if it's corn, soy, wheat. I don't know. Definitely in a train. It's heading west now in the Hobson Yard. Hobson Yard is a hump yard for BNSF, a classification yard. Oh, we have a yellow for a southbound on the St. Joe sub, which will be directly in front of us. That is the track nearest to us. That's an interesting development. I'm here at Lakewood, Nebraska, the capital of Nebraska, at CP Hall, where the St. Joe's and the Creston sub come together, heading west into Hobson Yard or south on the St. Joe sub, so down to Kansas City. Hopefully we'll get lucky and there'll be one of those heritage cars in the mix here. Hey, get the word out about us on Rail Fanning Adventures, ! on Facebook, and Rail Fanning Adventures on YouTube. Click that subscribe button, give it a like, share us. Anyone and everyone can join, beginners,
you know, professional photographer, it doesn't matter. You can change the world one smile at a time just by posting a video or a picture of a train that maybe somebody that can't get out to where you are can get to see what's going by you out there. Interesting fact, I've rail fanned now all across this country, both while driving and then, you know, just trips. And one of the cool things are there are different fallen flag cars everywhere you go. And different railroads to see, and it's pretty cool. On the East Coast, you still get Penn Central, you know, it's very rare, but PRR, Lehigh Valley, and those eastern fallen flags. Out here, we get C&W, Illinois Central, Milwaukee Road. I've seen so many different ones, and then the West Coast, completely different. Southern Pacific, Western Pacific, all kinds of stuff like that. So, guys, I love seeing your posts on the page. Keep up the great work. Thank you for being part of this wonderful group. And stay safe out there and enjoy rail fanning. Picked up a little speed going into the yard here. He's the way he's routed through the yard, I believe he is heading down to the fueling pad on the western end of the yard. Again, I'm at CP Hall, which is the east end of the yard. It's where the Creston sub and the St. Joseph sub split. There's a giant Y here, and there's also the Hobson Yard bypass, which goes around the yard and then reconnects on the western side. Rear DPU is coming into view. And we didn't get lucky and catch one of those heritage covered hoppers tonight, but we will. There's pictures on Facebook in this group of them. Just gotta look in the photo album. Alright, who's pushing on the rear here? It is 5960. Bringing up the rear. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. Alright, Rail Fanning Adventures, CP Hall, east side of Hobson Yard. It's August 18th, 2023. My name is Rich Bernard. I'm the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. And this train is going to be heading south down to Kansas City on the St. Joseph sub. Coming out of the Hobson Yard right now. $77.92 is your leader. Ooh, KCS. These are cars from my plant that were loaded this week. These are soy oil. ADMX. We actually have our own cars. They're loaded with like a food grade oil that they use in food. They make Little Debbie cakes and all kinds of stuff. These cars were loaded at ADM in Lincoln this week. I know I've moved them in our yard.
see if we get any cool cars in this mix. Always looking for fallen flag cars. Again, this is a southbound manifest coming out of Hobson Yard, heading down to St. Joseph. So, here at CP Hall. Here comes an original Burlington Northern car, still in Burlington Northern green. Still see a lot of BN cars. The rarer ones are Santa Fe, Great Northern. Here's more corn syrup. Are cars full of meal. At least that one is. The ADMX car, not the Beer Sun. That one is calcium, that is calcium, and that one too is calcium. More corn syrup. Kind of cool seeing your work going by on the rail. Cars that you've moved in the past week or two. Get a little sense of pride in what you do. Our cars get shipped all over the U.S. We send 4-unit trains of soy meal out a week. Our particular site is mainly rail loading. We do trucks there, but we do more rail cars than trucks. The Fremont ADM is more trucks than rail, although they do some rail there. Here's an interesting way of shipping trash. Those are Clean Harbors containers and well cars. Basically, well, I mean, they come from everywhere. 3077's a miscellaneous hazmat. Clean Harbors picks up like used oil and hydraulic fluid and stuff like that from different sites. Again, I'm at CP Hall. It's where the Crescent sub and the St. Joseph sub split here in Lincoln, Nebraska, on the east side of Hobson Yard, which is a hump yard or classification yard for BNSF. And the state capital of Nebraska, Lincoln. My name is Rich Bernardin. I am the founder of Rail Training Adventures. I'm out tonight making videos and getting pictures for you guys. I hope you enjoy them. Please like and subscribe. This is interesting. Burlington Northern flat with bridge components on it. Maintenance away, maintenance away. Nebraska Santa Fe, maintenance way, BNSF. Those are bridge components. For the railroad. So somewhere down south we're going to be getting a new railroad bridge. I'd like to model this in O scale somehow. The wheel train. Here comes the end of our southbound manifest, heading on to St. Joseph Sub here at CP Hall. 3257 is the placard on these. I believe that's asphalt. Not sure, but I just believe so. And then 1075, which is petroleum, LPG, and then 3257. There's our Fred at the end. And if you look at the other signal bridge there, we have a yellow over red, which means we will have an eastbound. Oh, and there is another train following this train down the St. Joseph Sub. 2 trains heading south down to Kansas City. That one looks like a unit train of grain. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. August 18th, CP Hall, east side of Hobson Yard, classification yard. And this train is going down to St. Joseph Sub on its way to Wichita, Kansas. This is the Boeing aircraft train. It's carrying empty cars that once held the fuselages of airplanes that are made there in Wichita. Pretty exciting thing to see and catch. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here are the fuselage holders that carry the airplane bodies. Special train made specifically to carry the fuselages out of Wichita, Kansas, I believe to Washington for final assembly. This train is just leaving Hobson Yard and is swinging south. Oh, and we have a westbound coming into Yard 2 right behind this. This train is heading on to St. Joseph Sub. I'm going to pan to the east and catch this westbound empty coal drag coming into the yard. Empty coal drag coming in the yard, right behind the airplane train. And we're still lit for another eastbound on the Creston Sub. We have a high green. It is 0321 Central Time. Again, I'm at CP Hall here in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is the east end. There's a giant Y here where the St. Joseph Sub and the Creston Sub come together into Hobson Yard. I'm going to back up a little bit because some of these cars are bigger than and at the back end of this airplane train, I think we have auto racks coming. Yes, auto racks. Oh, and here comes a fallen flag. Auto rack, Southern Pacific to be exact. Pretty cool. The front end of this train was the airplane train, and now it turned into a manifest with a little bit of everything on it. Again, this train is heading down the St. Joseph Sub towards Kansas City. That's where those airplane cars will be loaded, in Wichita, Kansas to be exact. Myself and David Croy Went down there for a train show and saw where they actually load the aircraft. Unfortunately, we didn't see any on the rail cars, but maybe the next trip. We plan on going down there again. Train show there was pretty awesome. Oh, and here comes our eastbound on the Crescent Sub behind this manifest train. We have 3 trains moving. We have the westbound empty coal drag heading to the Powder River Basin. We have the southbound here manifest here heading down to Kansas City. And then we also have, oh, it looks like it's the local coming out behind this, going to Havelock Yard. The local is behind this, going to Havelock Yard. That was that green signal that we had on the Crescent Sub. Again, my name's Rich Bernardin. I'm the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. You can find us on YouTube, Rail Fanning Adventures, and Facebook, Rail Fanning Adventures, ! Rail Fanning for those who can't. And we're changing the world one smile at a time. Three trains actually in this video. A southbound, an eastbound, and a westbound. Again, CP Hall is a great spot to watch. There is always traffic here. And you never know what you're going to see here. Ah, here comes an original Burlington Northern car. Still in the green. Been a very interesting night tonight. I call it CP, CN, Kansas City Southern, BNSF, Union Pacific. Locals still heading east behind this. Oh, nope, so is the coal drag. Coal drag still heading west in the very, very far background. Again, this manifest here is heading down the St. Joseph Sub to Kansas City. The next local behind this one is going to Havelock Yard. And then behind that is a westbound empty coal drag going to the Powder River Basin to get loaded with coal. And the rear DPUs of the coal drag are just going by. It's regular BNSF power. Earlier this evening, I wasn't able to get pictures of it, but I did see one that had first unit was BNSF, second unit was BNSF Executive Grinstein, and then 2 Executive Grinsteins as the rear DPUs. Would have loved to have caught that, but it was too dark and he was moving on the Crescent Sub. Alright, the local has gotten by, and so has the westbound coal drag. This manifest negotiates the southern leg of the Y onto the St. Joseph Sub. Our mid-train DPU, BNSF 6084, mid-train DPU on this manifest. Really need to get some more of these I-beams in O scale. They're pretty cool, especially when they're loaded with wood. Hampton Lumber and Family Forest was the wood product on that particular I-beam. 3257 for asphalt. I believe these are empty. Up, and here comes our rear GPU, bringing up the rear on this southbound manifest. It is 4985 -944 CW. Oh, and we have a yellow over red for another eastbound on the Creston sub. As that one negotiates it here. Is that? All right, August 18th, 2023, CP Hall. And here comes a loaded coal drag heading east. Got a double yellow here. 9216 is our leader. Followed by 5835. NSTX is the reporting mark on these loaded coal quarters. Again, he's got a double yellow, and he's heading east down the Creston sub. CPOX. Bear with me, guys. JSCX. Several different reporting marks on this train. NSTX. Again, BNSF and UP load coal out at the Powder River Basin. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rich Bernard, and I'm the founder of Real Family Adventure. WSCX is another new one for me. I get situated here. This could be either a mega or a single. PSTX, CPOX. JSCX, several different reporting marks, all loaded with black diamond coal. One of my favorite trains. I love coal drag. I don't know why, but they're just one of my favorite trains to see. WSCX. This train is coming out of the fueling rack. He had a double yellow here. Again, this one is heading east on the BNSF Creston sub, their Heartland division. It is on the northern leg of the Y, heading out of Lincoln. CP Hall is the Y, where the St. Joe's sub swings south and the Crescent sub swings east. They come together here at Hobson Yard, eastern end of Hobson Yard, which is a classification yard for BNSF. Great place to watch trains. This is a common occurrence here at CP Hall. You will see a lot of loaded coal drags. This is their way the trains from back east get up to the Powder River Basin, up the Sandhill divisions to Alliance, Nebraska, where they swing north, Wyoming, goes west. So you see a lot of coal here. Hey, click that subscribe button, the like button, and you can find us on Facebook at Rail Fanning Adventures ! And right here on the Rail Fanning Adventures YouTube channel. Again, my name is Rich Bernard and I am the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. Out here rail fanning for those who can't. Definitely changing the world one smile at a time. Pretty cool to actually feel the ground is shaking as this train is going by me here. Not even going that fast, just leaving the yard. But still impressive that the ground is moving. Oh, this is not a mega. I can see the end. It's got a rear DPU pushing. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be an executive Grenstein or 70 Mac. I don't know. Okay. BNSF uses the 70 Max, the executive Grensteins and the 70 Max on most of their coal trains here. So if you're looking for executive Grensteins, come here and watch the coal drags go by. You will see them. See them a lot here. Also the Dash 9 44 TW, the Santa Fe, and the War Bonnet paint schemes. They are also in coal service. They're also yard to yard, Omaha to Hobson and Hadlock to Hobson. It's a 70. Nope, it's an Acer. 9183. Bringing up the rear, 9180. Rail Fanning. All right, August 18th, 2023. CP Hall. 3182. This is the local power coming back into Havelock Yard, or Hobson Yard, from Havelock. We missed this train as that southbound manifest went by. And at least we get to see the power coming back. 2724. As they cruise back into Hobson Yard from Havelock. Rail Fanning Adventures. Alright, 18th of August. Coming west. I believe this is an empty coal drag coming into Hobson Yard off the Creston sub. SRLX and a couple BNSF are your reporting marks. Empty westbound coal drag. Again, I'm at CP Hall, Lincoln, Nebraska. Train's coming off the Creston stub in the Hobson Yard. And we are lit for an eastbound that hasn't arrived yet. that sound. Oh wow, no rear DPU on this one. There's our Fred. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. CP Hall. Alright, right after that empty coal drag came west in the Hobson Yard. Here comes that westbound that we've been waiting for. It is going to be running down the Crescent sub. Yellow over red right now. One came in, one's coming out. $48.78. $82.25. And $51.41 on a unit train of grain. It's the season here in Nebraska. We're getting ready to harvest. These are empty going east. Yeah, they're empty. It's going somewhere to get loaded. Well, let's hope we get lucky and see one of the heritage covered hoppers that BNSF has. We might get lucky. I have pictures of them all, different videos here on YouTube, also on Facebook. On Facebook, we're Rail Fanning Adventures with an exclamation point. Rail Fanning Adventures on YouTube. You go through the archive and there should be still photos of all of the heritage covered hoppers that BNSF has. Colorado Southern, BN, Santa Fe, to name a few. CBQ. Here comes in the original Burlington car in Burlington Northern paint. Grab a still photo of this.
This particular train had a yellow over red coming out of the yard onto the Creston sub. And this train is also coming out of where the fueling racks are for the eastbound trains and or southbound trains, depending on if they're going east on the Creston sub or south on the St. Joseph sub. My name's Rich Bernardin. I am the founder of Rail Fanning Adventures. And thanks for being part of the group and my YouTube channel. This may be going to the co-op on the eastern side of Lincoln. That might be the yellow over red signal. There's giant co-ops there, or grain silos. And these could very well be going there to get loaded. The end of this train is not even in sight yet. It's still down and through the yard. Wow. Again, this might be getting routed right into one of the large co-ops on the east side of Lincoln here. Alright, we're going to stop this and I will pick up recording when it gets going again. Alright, unfortunately I ran to get breakfast because this train had stopped, but I made it back in time to catch the end of it. Again, this is the empty unit train of grain heading east on the Creston sub coming out of Hobson Yard. Where DPU is coming. And it is 3789. Rail Fanning Adventures. Alright, August 18th, CP Hall, still east side of Hobson Yard, coming off the Creston sub heading west. We have yet another train Yep, it looks like it's going to be an empty unit train of coal. Coal drag, empty, heading west. NSTX, ISCX are the reporting marks so far. JSCX, CPOX. I believe this is the second one of these we've seen tonight. Here, let me put this in the charger so the battery charges. Killing the battery with all these trains. Again, this is westbound coming off the Creston sub in the Hobson Yard. Rail fanning adventures. CP Hall, Lincoln, Nebraska. We saw this one's twin earlier tonight. Same reporting marks. Empty, heading west, going back to the Powder River Basin to get loaded. See if we get lucky and there's an executive Grenstein or 70 Mac at the end of this. comes the rear DPU. No. 8073. Real Fanning Adventures, CP Hall, Lincoln, Nebraska. Alright, CP Hall, Lincoln, Nebraska, October 8th, or September, August 18th. Ugh. And we got one coming at 12. We have an empty coal drag going west in the Hobson Yard off the crest, and this is a southbound coming at me right now. That's going to go down to St. Louis. 3865 is the leader. Followed by 4406-9, 44CW, and 7093. Another unit train of empty grain cars heading south down to Kansas City. Let's get this in here. There we go. And behind this is a empty coal drag heading west. It came off the crest of